Gavriil Baranovsky, Gavriil Vasilyevich Baranovsky, Russian, Gavriil Vasilyevich Baranovsky, also spelled as Baranovsky, 6 April OS 25 March 1860 1860 6/28 June 1920 1920 6/29, was a Russian architect, civil engineer, art historian and publisher. Biography. Education and early career. He was born in Odessa to attorney Vasily Ivanovich Baranovsky and his wife Rosalia Milanovska Gavriil Baranovsky. Baranovsky trained at Saint Petersburg Institute of Civil Engineers 1881-1886, graduating with an honorary silver medal. He began his architectural career as an assistant to Paul Pavel Suzer between 1883 and 1885. His first commission was a state-financed main palace Chancellery Glavnaya Dvorcovaya Kancellaria in 1885-1888. Baranovsky worked on numerous apartment buildings in St. Petersburg. After 1888, he became staff architect for the Baltic shipyards. Architect to the Elisseeffs. Baranovsky was married to a daughter of Grigory Elisseeff of the Elisseeff merchant family based in St. Petersburg, owner of a lot of local real estate. Grigory Elisseeff's apartment building 1889-1890 became Baranovsky's first independent commission as a lead architect. Later, Baranovsky completed various country homes for the Elisseeff family, and, most visible of his buildings, an eclectic Elisseeff Emporium on Nevsky Prospect 1900-1903 and its Moscow counterpart. In 1898, Baranovsky was appointed construction manager for all Elisseeff businesses. Baranovsky's style varied through different shades of eclectics, eventually focusing on Art Nouveau. Public activities. In 1891, Baranovsky was appointed to Impress Maria's Office of Charitable Institutions and designed St. Petersburg Eye Hospital. He also held various consultancy roles with other state institutions. More important was his public editorial activity, starting as chief editor of Our Home Nationalist 1894-1895, later Streugel 1895-1905 magazine. Baranovsky promoted and edited the architectural encyclopedia of the second half of 19th century Architecturnae Encyclopedia Vittorii Polovini, Roman 19 Vecca in 7 volumes. It was then considered to be the most complete Russian reference on contemporary architecture of the world. According to St. Petersburg, Fragments Peterburg, Fragmenty biographical section. The aging architect died in 1920 from starvation that followed the Russian Revolution of 1917 and the Russian Civil War. Baranovsky's son Wasilij D. 1945 immigrated to Sweden. He was pianist and composer and made several recordings in his new homeland. He was married with violinist Nora Duisberg. Buildings. St. Petersburg and suburbs. 1880s Baltic shipyard workshops. St. Petersburg, 1880, assistant to Ernest Gibert, 1823-1909. 1885-1888 apartment buildings, 20 Shirokaya Street, 7th line of Vasilyevsky Island, etc. 1888 Elisseeff building expansion, 18 Berzhevaya Linia, 1900-1903 further rebuild. 1887 Smolenka River Bridge, Galaday Island Railroad. 1889-1890 Elisseeff apartment building, 64 Fontanka embankment. 1889-1892 Elisseeff apartment building, 14 Lomonosova Street, repairs and expansion, 12 Lomonosova Street. 1892 Grigory Elisseeff House, Berzhevaya Linia. 1897-1898 own rental apartment building, 36 Dostoevskogo Street. 1899-1900 Princess Obolenskaya School for the Girls, 8 Baskov Lane. 1900-1903 Elisseeff Emporium, 56 Nevsky Prospect, 1906 rebuild of adjacent buildings, 1907-1909 Russian Geographical Society, 10 Grivtsova Lane, Ova Lane, 1908 Shuvalov Apartment Building, Nyajininskaya Street, 1909 Pawn Shop, 72 Morke Embankment, 1909-1910 Dorjit House, 93 Primorsky Prospect, 1909-1915 Buddhist Temple, 91 Primorsky Prospect, Moscow, 1899-1901 Elisseeff Store, 14 Tverskaya Street with Marian Peretyakevich and Vladimir Boikov, 1905 Elisseeff Apartment Building, 1 Kazitsky Lane, with Vladimir Voikov. Elsewhere, 1897-1899 Elisseeff Estate and Park, Toila Oru, Estonia destroyed. 1917 Town Plan for Romanov-na-Murmane Settlement, present-day Murmansk,